Hey guys, Bukoid coming at you. Hey, I'll run you guys through these models real quick. We're still having that solar wind event. There was a big earthquake, a bigger one, a 6.6 yesterday. Well, I think it might have been early this morning UTC time. We'll go check it out here in a minute. But yeah, I mean, we're all of us that do these kind of channels. Most of us were saying that. Because, you know, when we get these solar wind events, it's just what happens usually. It increases the chances for that, you know, for that stuff to happen. Just because the increase of energy getting put into the earth itself is enough to sometimes make those things slip and, you know, quake around a little bit. But, yeah. So I'm going to run you through this, and I've also come across something kind of strange, and I'll show you guys here in a minute, but I'm just going to run these through here real quick so you guys can get a quick glance of what's going on. There will be a at the end here. I'll put, you know, I'll run the models through for you guys and put some music to it for you guys if you guys want to check that out. But yeah, guys, I mean, look at this. I mean, this, you know, like I said before, this is most definitely, we're getting hit, okay, but we're handling it, okay. Our geomagnetic storm level, even with this kind of a, I mean, that right there, I mean, just look at that. That's, you know, that's a decent hit. But we're handling it. Our geomagnetic storm level didn't even barely come off the dial, man. I mean, it got up to like 3. That's as big as it got. It stayed there for a minute, but it seems like it's trending down now also. So this first coronal hole, the wind stream we got from it may be, you know, I think it's on its way out. But there's that other coronal hole we've been talking about. You see what I mean? See, we have these disruptions, and then it was constant. I mean, just through the whole, you know, cycle here. But now we're getting these little lull periods, and that's usually a pretty good sign that the wind stream itself is starting to back off or just coming to the end of it. It's already past us, basically. But we are, I mean, we're still getting, you know, a few waves, because right here towards the end you're going to see it kind of hit us again, okay? And it didn't hit us hard there, but again, and this lull period right here is not going to last long, okay? Like I said, I mean, look at that. So, but I'll show you these other ones real quick. I went ahead and booted them up for you guys so you could kind of see them. I don't want to spend too much time on this because you know, like I said before, I'm going to put them at the end of the video if you guys want to see them, along with the other charts and stuff that I typically show. When I do this one, I do like to show you guys this one as I'm, you know, speaking here, because that is the solar wind speed, okay? At least that's what this model is showing the wind speed to be. And again, it doesn't know the difference between if it comes from the sun. It just doesn't know the source. It doesn't know if it's cosmic rays. It just tells you those charged particles are moving at that speed, and it tells you how dense they were. And again, it can't tell you the source of it. So, and you can see that. I mean, it got up to like 6 or 7 there for a minute. I think I seen an 8 earlier. And again, you see how it's doing that? It's just kind of slowing down, going kind of back to normal conditions. Now, something there I just seen right there, that was strange, okay? And what I want you guys to look at here, because this was strange to me. That's about 450, right? Now, if you look down here at the timestamp, as I'm moving this bar across, I want you to watch this thing. It's going to spike up to like over 600, but we're not going to have anything hit us from the front, okay? So just watch that solar wind speed. Okay, 570. Did we get anything from the front? No. Okay. And this is kind of relevant to what I'm getting ready to talk about. Okay. Now, so you've seen it get up to almost 600 with not any energy at all coming from the front. No change at all in the front. What you're seeing is you're actually, if you pay attention, back here in our magnetopause, you're seeing a change there. It's almost like, I don't know what to think of this, because we're seeing something happen right here magnetically, And it's almost like it's rolling itself here, and as it's going out the back, and I don't know what's going on here. This is really strange. I've not seen it do this before. Because again, typically when we see stuff, you know, energy start right there and going off the back, we usually have something hit us from the front first. And you can see how nothing is coming from the front. The color out there is not changing. But yet then the wind speed all of a sudden increases. And if you look at what I was saying, watch this little patch of blue. It'll kind of rotate up that way. See that? And then kind of opens like that. Okay, I'll run it back for you and let you see it again. See that? Now, and then it goes on off, and then, you know, I don't know what. Again, look, guys. I mean, I'm trying to figure it out as I'm talking to you here, but it did. Something happened back there, and then it just took off, right? Now, did we get something very, very small come from the front? Very possible. And I've always wondered why we get these voids, okay? And it seems to be typically in this area every time we see these voids. I don't know if it's just a combination of the energy coming from the front and then kind of doing this number, and that's just where the magnetic disruption would end up being naturally, or if something's coming from a different direction, like from underneath or on top. Because you got to look, guys. I mean, this is a two-dimensional model. It's not showing us 3D here, so we have to keep that in mind. And it goes on off, right? You see that? And it's still, I mean, right there is the spike to 624. But nothing changed in the front. That was very strange to me. Now you're seeing, again, you're going to see a difference in color here when we see that number up here change. It's going to go darker, right? Watch. See that? It's almost like, and this is what I kind of think this is what's happening, and I could be completely wrong, okay? But we were talking about how, you know, Earth might be putting off its own radiation now. They've had lots of reports came out here lately about that. You know, is the Earth building up from this solar wind event that we just had? Did we get enough energy absorbed that it's actually shooting it off on its own without having to be hit in the front first? That's sure as heck what it looks like to me. Okay, now you see that? I mean, it's starting back here. Nothing's happening out here. But yet you're going to see these little blips. They're almost round. I don't want to call them spherical because, you know, I don't think that they are. But see how that difference in color right there? I know it's kind of hard to see to the untrained eye. But I watch this a lot. And you can see, if you watch the arrows too, you'll see the arrows be in one direction here and just kind of flip that way without anything happening up here. That's what's confusing to me. See that? If you guys, here, let me just zoom in. That way you guys can see that a little bit better. If you watch this particular arrow right there, watch what it does. You seeing that? It's like it don't know what to do. See that? How that one's just kind of going in all different directions? And none of the other ones around it are. You know, the other ones around it are moving a little bit, but not like that one. It's just so strange to me. It's almost like something magnetically is going on right here, and maybe we're just releasing some energy out the back. I don't know. But whatever that is, it's strange. I'll tell you that much. There's a couple more strange things I want to show you guys too, because there's something I've seen on a CME tracker that really has got me baffled. I don't know what it is. But again, guys, here's those waves. And then you see how we slow down? So I think we're in between those two coronal holes right now. That's why we're not getting any more waves of wind. Okay. And again, I put these models at the end of this video, so I'm going to pause here for a second. All right, guys, got you back here. I got you over at Seeds. This is from today. They're back up and running here. They're giving us data, pretty close to what they should be giving us data. But I've learned, and this is advice from Scott, that, if I wait a day or so, we'll see more data. They actually put more data in here, and we're able to see better in between captures there a little bit better, and we get more data points, basically. Okay, so we're able to see a little bit more in detail what's going on. So I've been trying to do that a little bit, just unless I see something like crazy big or something like that, then obviously I'm going to report it and then go back later and show you the updated data. But this is what I did today. I come home and I got on here. I was looking through all the tools like I typically do, and I start this one up, and there was an ejection. Okay, and it's down here in this area. You'll see it, and so I'll just let you guys see it real quick. Oops, what the? Sorry about that, guys. A stinking ad. But yeah, you guys see this ejection, right? Right in here. So, like I said, I come home and I looked at these tools. I'm like, well, that's an ejection. Let's see if I can't go find it. So I go and I look on SDO, and I was able to see somewhat of one on the 171 angstrom. This is by no means a huge ejection. Just like the one I showed you guys yesterday that was, kind of over in this direction. Well, actually, this at the beginning of this day, you'll see that's the end of that ejection I showed you guys yesterday. And again, these are in the same, going this way, okay? Now, as you can see it kind of flare and then move out that way. Was it something big? No, it's not. But when I see these things, what I do, and I'm just going to show you what I do. I go look at the CME tracker, okay? Because usually within, 12 hours of a CME or what have you, the CME tracker here that I went over here to planetxnews.org. Again, guys, I know I say this a lot, but I want everybody to really understand how easy this is to get to this stuff on this site. Scott did a great service to everybody here, guys. I mean, seriously. These links right here are all the links that I use. Okay? But anyway, I go to the CME tracker, right? And this is what I see. Okay, I'm looking at this, and, it doesn't look too bad. I'm over here looking at this one, right? Now, this is the Earth. Okay, the yellow dots is the Earth on these Enlil models. Okay, now obviously you're seeing a little bit of an ejection there. Okay, and it seems like it gets more intense as it gets away from the sun. More, I don't know why that is this time, but sometimes we see that. Actually, we see it quite a bit. This dotted line, if you look down here, it's a 3D IMF line. Okay, IMF line is interplanetary magnetic field line. You've heard me say that about the blue lines on that magnetopause graph I show you guys all the time, right? The one with the spaghetti string looking stuff, where we see a bunch of spirals and stuff a lot on that. This is that IMF line. That is our connection to the sun. Okay, it's going back to the sun. You can see that. And if you notice, everything out here has an IMF line. These are planets and satellites. They're connected magnetically to the sun, just like the Earth is. Okay, if you guys want to know what these icons are, they're all up here in the key. Okay. A lot of these get talked about a lot, obviously. This is Mars over here. Stereo B. See, there's Stereo B, guys. This is actually a good model to show you where in relation to the Earth and the Sun, where these satellites are that we use. See, stereo B is the one we don't get data from anymore. All right, that's because people were getting, Scott and everybody else was getting really good captures from that side. So there's a lot of speculation whether or not that thing got shut down on purpose or if it actually did have an issue. Regardless, if it did have an issue, why are they still tracking where it's at? That's one thing I've always asked. So, it's got to be giving them something. But anyway, there's stereo A, and here's the Earth. Okay, so when we're looking at stereo A, this is the relation as far as geographically that we're looking at, right? And you see all the different satellites. And it's got, the Parker SB, the Spitzer, it's got Osiris. Then you got Venus, Mercury, and Mars. Because this is Mars, this is what we call the inner solar system, okay? If you guys ever hear us use that term, that's what we're talking about. It's Mars to the sun. Anything from there in, okay? Anything out and about, that's our outer solar system. That's what we would consider when we're just speaking in those vocabulary words. So I'm sitting here watching this, right? And guess what? What the heck is that? Okay. I've never seen this do this on this model. Now, I ain't saying it ain't never happened, and I don't know what this is. Okay, that's the first thing I'm going to tell you. I've been trying to figure out exactly what that is. All right, now it's saying that it's if you look at the key down here, when you see those solid white lines, it's a current sheath, okay? So, it's connected to something. Something's connecting there, okay? Now, if you look around this model, if you notice, this is something I've never talked about to you guys before because it really doesn't usually affect anything what we're talking about. If you notice how this thing spirals through, you see the red, okay, on the outline and how it's moving, okay? Then you'll see blue in there. Well, if you go down here to the key, you see that's the interplanetary magnetic field polarity, okay? So you got a positive and a negative charge, and where it's red, it's a positive charge. Where it's blue, it's a negative charge. Well, this thing here, whatever it is, it's causing a positive charge, not from the sun, or not in relation to the sun at all. It's out here by itself, okay? So what I'm going to do is I did take a small video of that. I am going to show it to you guys real quick. I slowed it down. That way we could see it, okay? That was the main reason for that. So we'll just use that one. That way, and I could pause it too. So yeah. So if you're looking at this, there it is. All right. Now, like I said, you see how you got the red, positive polarity all the way through. Now, if you see the other sheath lines, look, they're going back to the sun out. And then in between there, it's positive polarity. But look what happens over here. It's negative. Then you see another little patch of positive right there, right where this thing's at, and then negative again. And it rotates through like it's a spiral graph there. Okay. Actually, I wonder if I can just drag it. Yep. Okay, so this is where I first noticed it. Now, why am I talking about this? Because if you look at the date, 8/30. All right, that is more than 24 hours away from right now. So it's saying something's going to be there on the 30th, right there. Whatever that connection is. I don't know what that is. Plus, what's really, really odd to me is you see this little V shape, and then there's a dead spot, and then there's another little circle. What the heck is that? Okay? I went and looked, and I was trying to see if I could find if there were supposed to be some comets, if there were supposed to be some known asteroids or something coming into our solar system or what have you. But this, it's moving just as fast as the other objects on this graph. Okay, see how it's moving with it? Now, I don't know if it's possible that whatever's going on there, if it's actually going out here and actually connecting back to the sun like this. But even if it's doing that, that is one heck of a distortion of a sheath line. Okay, it distorted it enough that it did that. Now, again, you see this little, yeah. I don't know what to make of this. I don't know what this is. You know, I don't want to say that there's something back there or moving that fast in our solar system behind us right like that. I don't know. I just don't know. Whatever it is, this model's picking it up. And I went and checked out the other some of the other Enlil models too. You can get like to density. You can like really get it down precise to what you really want to see. And it's on all of them. Okay, so whatever this is something that this particular data that this stuff is getting is saying that this is actually a signature. Now, again, I ain't saying this is an object. Okay, I'm just saying that is some sort of a connection. You know, magnetically. So I don't know. Like again, guys, I don't know if it's going out like this. You know, what's throwing me off is, okay, this is really what's throwing me off, because I could see, like, say, because here's that other sheath line right here. I could see maybe it doing something like that and stopping. But why did it go back like that again if that's the case? That's just really odd to me. Unless, again, guys, I'm not saying, I don't even want to say it, because, you know, I don't know what is causing that. I mean, I'm trying to dig into this. I'm just showing it to you because it's one of my observations that I made. I don't know what it is yet. But I do find it very interesting because I've never seen a signature like that. And what really makes it interesting to me, matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a screenshot of this so we can zoom in. How about that? But I do want to show you what I was talking about with okay, now I can zoom in. You guys see that? Why is that out there by itself? What is that? You know, this is, like I said, this is a sheath line. See the positive? That's why this is red right here. That's a positive polarity. And then it goes black, which I would assume that it's neutral. And then the blue is the negative polarity. And if you look at the other sheath lines from where the sun's at here, you can see this is the other sheath line, and it goes right to where the positive stops. And then this other sheath line goes to that positive stop. So, you know, like I said, is this thing actually going out like this, doing one of these numbers, or what? And if it is doing that, what in the heck is causing that sort of a distortion? And, you know, like I said, and then we had, you know, I was showing you how we were getting kind of a weird magnetic signature on the back side there a little bit. Could this have something to do with it? I don't know. Again, like I said, if anybody has any ideas or knows why it did that or what that is, please let me know. I'm really trying to figure it out. But anyway, guys, I am going to end the video here. I'll put some stuff here at the end of the video with some music and stuff so you guys can check it out. But